Welcome back, ladies and Jimbo men, here for another very special episode of Jimbo TV. Now, I have made a video like this before, but I've had a number of requests to show how I make the lanyard knots on the back of my knives. For example, here you'll see a Bark River Leeton Roar with a matching Bark River Fire Steel and some nice Cocobolo, and I've thrown this Noose knot on the back here, and it really just gives you an extra little something to put your pinky finger around when you pull it from the sheath, because most knives expose just a little bit here and your pinky's kind of left off, or if you're going like this, then maybe you're kind of worried that your finger's getting a bit close to the edge as you grab the knife. So I've got this North Star EDC here that I just sold, and I'm going to be putting a lanyard on for the guy I sold it to. Nice guy, really cool dude. It was fun chatting with him last night. He asked me to throw this on, and I figured why not. So first of all, my first little piece of advice will be to cut a lanyard, paracord. I use 550 legit with the good stuff inside, and you want about probably like 18 to 20 inches to work with here. Now, it's Bark River sends their knives out. Some of them have nice lanyard holds, but some of them are pretty small. This one, to get that nice 550 cord through with all this stuff in the middle, I usually like to choke a little bit of it back so that it's kind of empty right here, and you can see it comes up to right about here, because the tips of your string are going to get cut off anyway, so it doesn't matter. This little bit right here is empty, so I was able to just pinch that together, make it real tiny, and easily slip it through. So just a little piece of advice for you guys. Now, let's get on to actually making this. I'm going to shore up this end, make sure they're both tied off. And again, I'm going to be cutting this, so I don't really care that it's all burned up and nasty. Okay, smells like crap, but that's okay. And now what you're going to want to do here is pull whatever, I like to work with the left side one, whatever side you've got, try to make it about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches long at most, at very most, because if you leave it too long you won't have enough room to work with. Then you want to create a loop like this. You're basically tripling the string up on itself. 1, and it goes through, and then you go 2, and then 3. You got it right here. You can see right there, and you want to keep this top one, you want to keep all of them down here in order, because that'll make sure that the knot looks nice at the bottom. So what you do is just take your thumb and wrap this around, and kind of pinch it. When you bring it around, you want to pinch it right here, so that it looks like this. Okay? And that's where you just wrap it around a few times. Keep your pinch so it stays, relatively tight. And we're going to go through and tighten it soon. Always just keeping these 3 things kind of straight and flat. If one wants to flip over, then just kind of fix it. Push everything back into its place. I like to do about 4 or 5 loops around. And then what you're going to do is you'll see that the original string that you started with, the end that you started with, is actually kind of like down and behind the loop here. So what you want to do is when you come around to the front, you've got this one kind of behind, you want to then pull this through onto that side. And now that you have both of these grabbed, you want to play with these 2 strings down here at the bottom and see which one is going to be the tightener. So I lucked out, I guess the first one, and that's going to tighten this top loop that you just shoved the string through here. Tighten it down, boom, like that. And now you take the original end that you started with and pull that through. And that'll pull the knot down close to the knife. So it's looking pretty good, but it's a little loose, right? Let's go ahead and fix that problem here. From the bottom of the knot where you started, you just want to take your thumb here and just kind of push. Just kind of push, and you'll see it start to raise up a little bit. And you just want to use your thumb once and follow that all the way around, and you can see all this big, see this big loop already. The slack's coming out. Make sure that you keep the string pushed up against the bottom as you go, so that it keeps the strings nice and together, looking good. And then as you come to the top, you can just pull it through again for a little bit more. And that's it, guys. That's a completed knot. Now, the really nice thing about putting it through on the side that I did, remember I showed you put it through the loop on the side that it's away from, because now they're both here on this same side together. And what I'm going to do is use my lovely featherweight hunter, cut those babies, and God, this is such a scary sharp knife. That just went so deep into my cutting board. Like got stuck there for a minute. What you want to do is, while these are here, you see these two, you'd be like, oh man, they're going to fall out. Well, hit them with the lighter. And this is where you want to be careful. Remember I said we're going to cut off the ends, so I don't really care that the tips are burnt? Well, this is where you do want to have a little bit of finesse. Keep it just that perfect distance away to not set them on fire, but just to melt all those strings. Getting a real good melt going. Yeah, guys, that's about it. So, and you'll see here that the two strings are actually melting together, and they're going to melt to the side of the knot as well, so that they're not going anywhere. And once it's really superheated like that, I'll just push it right down into my table. There we go. Melt it a little bit more. I'm going to run it close to the knot until I see the top melting on both. It's just got to be like kind of the perfect distance away, not to catch it on fire. And you'll see that light orange turn into that dark orange. You see those plastics melting together, and then you know that knot's not going anywhere. Do it again one more time on this side for you guys. And then this one's going in the mail. Another successful sale on the Jimbo's Knife Fam Facebook group. Gotta say thanks to my buddy Todd for picking this one up. I think you're really going to enjoy it in the Allegheny sheath, my friend. Let me show you how nicely it looks in there. Now that you have this lanyard. Well, I'm actually going to film a short Jimbo TV with this knife now. Talk about it a little bit, but man, doesn't that look nice? And this is what I was talking about. Now, you can kind of get your finger here, get this one around. You really just got so much more to play with, and you're much further back on the knife, and you can scoot up appropriately. It's just a much more comfortable, safe, and stylish way to accessorize your knife in a useful way. So, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please like it if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll see you next time on Jimbo TV.